Okay. Woo. Okay. Fasten your safety belts, ladies and germs. Here we go.
Sometimes she just don't treat me right. Well, I woke up this morning, I looked in her eyes, she said, Daddy. She calls me Daddy. She said, Daddy, you got what I want, but you ain't giving it to me. Wow, it hurt me down deep in my soul, and I just had to walk on out the door. I was crying in my heart, and I didn't know if I was ever gonna see my baby no more. I started walking down the street. I was too ashamed to look at anyone I meet. Wow! And then suddenly there was a flash of blinding light. When I opened my eyes, there she was, leaning against a lamppost. When I saw her standing on the corner, oh, yellow ribbon in her hair, but I could not stop myself from calling. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! I tried to walk, but I was lame. I tried to talk, but I just stuttered. What's your name? What's your name? my daughter alone. I could not sleep awake for trying. I saw the rising of the sun, and all night long my heart was crying. You're the one. Oh, you're the one. That 19-year-old girl right in the eye. You heard me. And I said, oh, sweet darling, you look so good to me, but there's something I gotta tell you. I got me a fine lady at home waiting in the bedroom, and I just gotta get on back too. She winked at me, she smiled at me, she said, oh, sweet daddy. She called me sweet daddy. She said, oh, sweet daddy, I don't understand. Now, if I went back to my pad, I got to the house and I snuck and I crawled and I crawled and I snuck, and then I did a little more crawling because I got to cut back on my snucking. Too much snucking in my days. I'm down to 2 snucks a day. They made me join Snuckers Anonymous. Hi, my name is Ed. I am a snucker. Hi, Ed. That's where I met the choir. I met them all in S.A. I shouldn't say that, it's anonymous. But they all snuckers. Especially Sue, she's the leader, she's the mother snucker. She's also my sponsor. I called her and said, Sue, I feel like snucker. She said, then you get down on your knees and you crawl. So I crawled, ladies and gentlemen. I went crawling and crawling back to my bedroom. And I saw my baby, she said, oh, Big Daddy. Someone got a promotion. She said, oh, Big Daddy, where you been all night long? Yeah, I know I told you to stay away from me. Yes, I know I told you to leave me alone. Whoa, but I'm having a change of heart and I've been missing you. All night long. She said, I ain't had no good thing. She said, I've got to have some good thing. You know, I've been missing the good thing. You know how much I like the good thing. She said, I need a heaping helping of the good thing. She said, I need a big old box of the good thing. She said, I need a box so big that the UPS man has to back it right up to my front door, and I'll pay Amazon Prime so I don't charge for overnight delivery. And Mr. UPS man, you do not take your rubber stamping market fragile, no. You do not make any truck handle a can, no. Mr. UPS man, you take your rubber stamp and you go, talk, good thing. Hey, choir, knock, knock. Who's there? Good. Good thing. Good thing. I said, baby, what is it I got that you need? And she looked up at me with those big blue bedroom eyes and she said, real soft, real sweet, real slow. She said, this right here. love so well, but sometimes things just don't go right. You take it from me, if you treat your lady the way you treat yourself, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.